All right, man. We back and live in full effect for another episode of the APF podcast, episode 108. It is I, the most phenomenal man that shocked the system, aka the coach.
And it's your boy going for. Hope you guys enjoy. Ooh, am I good?
Yeah, this shit. You go.
Okay. Yes. Well, it's your boy going for. Hope you guys have enjoyed your Friday. Looking forward to the weekend, and let's get this started.
So as you know, the Los Angeles Lakers handsomely defeated the
No,
very annoying Golden State Warriors. Even
hands,
though we was down 13 at the half, and
handsome.
Curry using as spamming threes as usual, like a fuck boy. But anyways, we already know what time it is with that. But all I gotta say is I did call it. If that motherfucker was spamming threes, it's going to be a long night. And look what happened with AD. What did I say? If he plays that perimeter shit, it's gonna be tough. And he played that perimeter shit, and luckily LeBron clutched it out. Now, what I will not understand is why Skip will not give LeBron his credit when he's clutch. I mean, the stats do say that he's like second place other than Kobe, who's first place for most game winning field goals in the last 25 seasons with 97. I don't understand. And Kobe is 101, yet he says he's not clutch. I don't. I don't understand why he likes to not give LeBron credit, but he does. He just does that shit. But what can you do?
Yeah, look, LeBron, the Lakers, they got lucky that night. All right,
Luck. Oh my god.
LeBron had to shoot some 32-footer,
Lucky.
half blind, saying, "Oh, I saw three rims."
It was 34 feet. Thank you very much.
34 feet, even more lucky. 34 feet, basically blind, and he made it. And those things happen. Just showcase how good. That's why Steph Curry is in third place in MVP voting. I mean, he basically took this. An MVP does those type of things. He's able to find a way to will his team to beat these overpowered, Laker team with
Overpowered. How?
two of the top five players in the league. Okay, Draymond Green scored points, bro.
You can't be seventh place and overpowered. That doesn't make sense.
They're overpowered. They've got two of the top five players in the league. Now,
the fucking Nets got like three of the top 10 players in the league.
They are also overpowered. But we're not talking about the Nets. We're talking about the Lakers, sir. So let's keep those guys on their side. They're also overpowered. I never said they were not, but your team's also OP. You guys got Andre Drummond, even though he got absolutely disrespected by the Warriors because they basically benched his ass. You guys still shovel loss. Look, we turned the ball over too much in the third, so let you guys.
Y'all had like 15 second half turnovers, and that's like terrible.
Either way, we're gonna win tonight. We're going to go win tonight against Memphis because we beat Memphis all the time. Memphis almost lost to San Antonio, who had DeMar DeRozan shooting 5 of 21, who did not shoot very well at all, and they barely lost. So DeMar DeRozan shoots his average percentage with the 21 shots he made. They probably win the game, which gives you credit to Dylan Brooks, who I think in due time will be the best defensive player in the NBA. I really do think it's him. Ben Simmons, you know what I feel about Rudy Gobert. Even though Rudy Gobert, we're going to talk about this later about the awards, so I'll cut that off. But, Lakers did a good job. I do think people are underestimating the Suns. Phoenix Suns, 5 games, gentleman sweep. Okay, I don't know what that means. With the way the Lakers,
I would say it can go like 6, at least 6, but. If it goes 5, then that means they was just not on their game. But I'm not down the Suns not at all. I think they can pose a real threat in the playoffs. But who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they can catch them. I think they can beat them pretty confident. I think the Suns could actually beat them. I think it's a very close series. I think the Lakers still can't score very well. They scored barely over 100 points against the fifth-rated defense in the league, Golden State. But obviously they're able to hold Golden State to under 14 points to average. But my question is, again, when people say that the playoffs are different than the NBA regular season, they allow you to play more defense. That's really it. I mean, look at that foul Draymond Green did on LeBron James. If that was in the playoff, if that was in the regular season, that's a flagrant foul too, probably, and he's ejected. In the playoffs, is a common foul because of whatever they say. So defenses are going to be even more there, which is why people believe the big team in the East may not win. But back to the Lakers, I think the Lakers are going to have a hard time making it through these playoffs. I think this is going to be the hardest series other than the Clippers. So, because next they either face, if they win, they face the Trailblazers or the Nuggets. And, we'll see the Nuggets and those two teams. But, you got to be impressed with LeBron. He was able to, bring that will out.
And he can see. He was legally blind shooting 34 footer. He can't see.
Yeah, well, he got lucky. What happens sometimes.
God, here we luck.
But
y'all be lucky if y'all beat Memphis, man, because y'all don't beat Memphis.
Ain't no luck. Ain't no luck beating Memphis. Ain't no luck beating Memphis because we're gonna beat Memphis.
Well, let's hope y'all don't get in a close game again.
Memphis was lucky to beat the San Antonio Spurs. That's the lucky stuff right there. We're gonna beat them real easy. Let's just be honest, real easy. It's gonna be tough. It will be tough, but we're gonna beat them. So that's why I believe. But good luck to Lakers. They're gonna need it.
So, who do you think is gonna win the most improved player out of Jeremy Grant, Michael Porter Jr., and Julius Randle? I think it's Julius Randle.
Well, Julius Randle should be unanimous most improved player.
Yes.
Michael Porter Jr. wasn't most improved until we really saw, until Jamal Murray. But yeah, he improved. But I mean, this should be. I don't know if they ever do unanimous anything for that award, but this should be the year because the guy took a team that nobody thought was going to make the playoffs. Look at all the people who did their previews. People did not think he was going to make the playoffs, and they clearly made the playoffs. They're going to be the 4th seed. They're going to have home playoff series for the first time in a long time. And he averaged 24, 10, and 6. So, Jeremy Grant, he should get basically no votes. He was, yes, of course. Oh, wow, what a surprise. He goes to another team where he has more usage. He's the best player. And, of course, he's supposed to explode. So, what a surprise. Michael Porter Jr. is good. It should be Julius Randle first. It would be probably Jeremy Grant second, and third would be Michael Porter. Probably, but I think but for me, it should be unanimous. First place votes unanimous, Julius Randle. Second, Michael Porter, then third, Jeremy Grant. That's what it should be.
Yeah, that's what that I'll have to go with that as well because it's clear as day. The Knicks weren't even in the playoffs last season. They weren't in the playoffs for the past 8 years until now. And then Julius Randle shows up, becomes a first-time All-Star, and takes a team that wasn't even nowhere near the playoffs. Now they're in the playoffs in the top 5, in the top 4 seed. So I mean, it just there's not really much to say about that because we all know who it. We all know who it is. We said before with Pascal Siakam, and look what happened. He got the award. So. Yeah. I'm calling right now. Julius Randle is going to get the award, and we're going to be right yet again. Now, I think the rookie of the year. I mean, it could go either way, but I'm still going with LaMelo. I'm still going with him.
Yeah. Look, LaMelo Ball should be the rookie of the year. Okay, his team got to playing. Anthony Edwards did a bunch of these things on the team that kept losing. So I just don't think he did enough. He probably did close the gap. I still think LaMelo's going to get it. This is clearly the most most flipped one. It could flip either way. Clearly to me, it should just be a Melo Ball, 16, 6, and 6 to I think 19, whatever, 19 points I think during the season, like 5 rebounds, like 3 assists. He didn't help the team win anything. He didn't help them early. I mean, we saw LaMelo Ball early in the season once. What was it? I think Rozier or Graham got hurt. They inserted LaMelo Ball. Oh, the team started winning. LaMelo Ball, once he was injured, had that team in 4th place. And if he doesn't get hurt, he would be the runaway Rookie of the Year and unanimous choice. I don't think Anthony Edwards did enough because Anthony Edwards didn't win. He did not win. He did not win enough. It didn't compare to anything to winning. Yeah, I think he had 33 games of 20 points or more, which is second behind Christian Laettner for most all-time in Timberwolves history.
In the rookie season?
In the rookie season, yeah, which was incredible because Christian Laettner was not that great of a player. But, it is what it is. Yeah, it should be them. It should be them first, second, and Tyrese Halliburton a distant third. So
yeah, Tyrese. He was just non-factor the whole season. He just didn't really do enough. And when you're on a team that you don't have the pieces to do anything, there's only so much that you as an individual can do for the team, and therefore he is a distant third. And it's tough to say as a good of a player as he is. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Even though you know that you are a top level player, and you're in the running for an award, you know damn well you're not going to get it because why? It's all about winning. Look at Trae Young. Why is he not All-Star? For some reason, I don't know. But
I actually don't know. It's so weird.
But even Trae Young made the playoffs this year. Didn't become an All-Star, but he went from being a loser to a winner. So I mean, there's not really much to say.
I never understood Trae Young not being in the All-Star game because he was in the All-Star game last year and they were even worse. So it's very weird.
Oh yeah, he was not good last year. He wasn't good last year. Yeah,
they weren't very good last year, and he was a starter. So because I think he averaged like 29 per game. So it's weird.
Yeah, he averaged like 29 points, like almost like 10 assists. So
yeah, I was like, well, okay, I was very happy that Zach LaVine got All-Star bid this year. I know he's been going for those All-Star bids for a while, and I do think now with him breaking through, he's going to be the next DeMar DeRozan. He's going to get 5, 6 All-Star and All-Star appearances, and may become a Hall of Famer one day because how the Hall of Fame is in basketball is kind of watered down in terms of how it is.
So out of the defensive player of the years, who do you think out of Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, and Ben Simmons, who do you think is the legit best defender this year?
Well, as much as I love Draymond, I always tell you this. I determine things by 2 reasons. The second reason is my opinion, and the first reason is facts and studies. And the facts and studies that I've read about Rudy Gobert just had one of the greatest defensive seasons of all time. I read an article on Forbes about it, basically detailing the impact he's really had for the Utah Jazz. And those numbers are astronomical. I mean, some of these numbers resemble Draymond Green's 2015-16 year, the year he won the DPOY, I think. So
I think he won it back to back.
Back to back. Oh, Draymond Green. I know Rudy Gobert did, but
Kawhi won the 16. I think Draymond Green got the 17.
Okay, well, it rivaled one of Draymond Green's greatest defensive seasons. When I saw that, I said, well, I'm looking at all these numbers, and these numbers take into effect what Rudy Gobert did on the court, and I have to give to Rudy Gobert. And also, his team was the number 1 seed, and he had another 2+ blocks, and probably close to a steal per game. So you kind of have to give it to him. But personally, I think Draymond Green is the best defender in the league, for my opinion, because he can defend all positions in today's NBA, regardless of how you feel, if they're real big men or not. He can guard pretty much all of them pretty well. He has one of the highest opponent's field goal percentage in the league in terms of, they don't shoot the ball well against him, and he's 6'7". So for me, Draymond Green's the best pure defender, but in terms of the impact for this year, Rudy Gobert ran away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that he probably did. He got it. I mean, for the year Draymond won it, I don't even think there was a center there. To be honest, I don't know who. Other than I think Kawhi may have been like in the running for that award, but other than that, I mean, Ben Simmons was there probably because of his steals and like his defense numbers, and then Rudy Gobert was there for his blocks and his defensive numbers. And what do you get more often than steals? You get blocks more often than steals because people are attacking the rim, and you as a center or whoever's in the paint, you could get the block depending on how you position yourself. So based on the numbers, Rudy Gobert is blocking the shit out of everybody every game. So I'll have to give it to him. And Ben Simmons, he probably only got there because of his steals. Let's just be honest. Other than his steals, what else did he do on the defensive end that impacted the game? Not really anything. For me, it's like if you impact the game, for me, it's like blocking is more impactful than stealing at times, but blocking occurs more often than steals. So that's just how I see it, and he's gonna run away with it, and I think this is gonna be like his second one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I did just want to announce that Scoot Henderson, who's a 5-star recruit out of Georgia, he is skipping his senior year to sign a contract with the NBA's G League Ignite Elite team. He is believed to be the youngest professional player in the history of American basketball. So looks like the G League, just as a sidestep here, the G League Ignite project is working because they are getting these kids, these young guys. I mean, to forego college in their senior year to make $1 million. So I'm very happy for all these guys. I know people are going to cry and say, well, they didn't go to college. Like I said, once college pays these kids, I will tell them all to head to college, make a big bank. Until then, keep going to the G League Ignite team. Anyways,
hey man, I can't hit on young fella for trying to get it back early. Shit, he's trying to secure it back early.
$1 million, people. He's 17. He's getting the biggest head start in them that I've ever seen in terms of basketball players. If he becomes crazy good, now he's gonna have basically 2 years to prove how good he is. Or I don't know when they're gonna finally change the stupid 19-year-old rule to 18 finally, so things can go back to normal in the NBA. But I just want to say that right now. That was reported by Shams Charania. Shams, the protege of Woj, who's now like his own big time headshot guy. Also I was reading Jimmy Butler's agent called that man an ambless, cheating dirtbag piece of shit.
For what?
For reporting that Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat coaching staff have some very testy moments, which, if you know Jimmy Butler, is that really such a lie? Is that really a problem? Man, that's why I always go on Twitter, man, because I just read these things and you just find this stuff. I can even give you the statement right here. Bernard Lee is the agent of Jimmy Butler. I didn't even know who this guy was. He's not verified on Twitter, just funny enough. Shut the fuck up, you clickbait, ambush chasing dirtbag piece of shit. No one has told you this because this is not reality. Go find someone's assistant to text about an MRI or some other human calamity you want to be first on. We are good over here. So maybe it's not true, but I'm very, very sorry. Roll Janowski, Sham Sharania, these dudes got vectors in every team in the league. And I'm taking their things to the bank. Plus, if they ask Jimmy Butler this, is Jimmy Butler really going to be like, yeah, this is not true? Please, that dude don't care. Come on now. Come on.
So with that being said, For the six man, there's Jordan Clarkson, Joe Old Man Ingles, and Derrick Rose. I think Jordan Clarkson got it.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Clarkson, he got it by far.
Yeah, I mean, look, Jordan Clarkson probably going to get his more flashy.
Yeah.
Joe Ingles, actually, funny enough, was very close to not being in there due to him starting about 30 games and coming off the bench 37 of the 37 games of the games he played. So he was actually fairly close to not being in there. But look,
because you have to start more games off the bench than you start on the bench. You start
yeah,
off the bench.
yeah. So good for him. Good for Jordan Clarkson. He was just more flashy. Joe Ingles, I'm sure, is good, but yeah, I give Jordan Clarkson.
And he produced more
Especially
off the
now,
bench.
number one, yeah, if you look at the 26 plus games, the 16 plus games with no Donovan Mitchell, and then you also add no Mike Conley. Let's just be honest, Jordan Clarkson's been the best player on their team, the only guy on their team who can truly go one-on-one and score. I saw him firsthand against Golden State score 24 points. Joe Ingles can do that. Derrick Rose can do that. So right now, first should be Jordan Clarkson. Second will be Derrick Rose for me, and third would be Joe Ingles for myself.
It has to be the same for me. I mean, even though Joe Ingles, he is an effective scorer, but he's not. But he doesn't do it at a consistent rate like Jordan Clarkson. So
Yeah, that's true.
so with that, the final award, the most important award of them all, is the MVP award between Steph Curry,
That boy.
Joel Embiid, and Nikola the Joker Jokic. And I have to give it to the Joker, man,
Well, I mean, he
because
should be there.
you look at his stats. You look at his stats. I mean, he's real consistent with his stats, and he also helps the team in any way possible. He can score. He can pass. He can rebound. He got it all. So, and Joel Embiid, he can rebound and he can score, but he lacks in passing.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Curry. Curry can score. He can't really rebound. He can pass well, but and then the defense is very suspect. But they still win at the same time. So, but look at Jokic. He's inconsistent in the top three categories: passing, rebound, and scoring, and assisting.
Oh, well, look. Joker should probably be the second unanimous. May become the second unanimous after Steph, just because of the way the seasons went. He's played all the games. Steph rebounding is actually good for a guard. Most guards are 5 to 6 rebounds per game. That's where he goes. He's 5 to 6 assists. I mean, that's just never been his game. Most guards don't assist like the Russell Westbrooks or the.
I mean, but then when you put him against two centers who actually have 10 or more rebounds, then it's like he's out of it.
Yeah, but if he was doing this and they were the second seeded team, then he would be running away with MVP. So it's just look, this year's MVP is strictly to that Jokic has played the most games out of all the three guys, and that's pretty much the difference between him, especially Embiid. I was very surprised Steph was third because I thought there was like two or three more guys, but clearly that 25 plus game stretch he had pretty much got him to third. Probably a distant third though, but we'll see. I was very happy for Steph.
I'll say he's distant third.
I mean, look, Jokic won it. I mean, I said that he should have won. These people were trying to push Steph. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. CP3, I like CP3.
The way it was going, there's no doubt he's gonna have to win it. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's get quickly through the first rounds. So out of the okay, let's go with the Lakers and Suns.
Oh, look, quickly. I think it's going to be Lakers. Lakers is 7. Um, that's my pick. The second pick would have been Suns in 6. But right now I can't go against LeBron James. Just too many times he's pulled it out, no matter what. So yeah, Lakers is 7.
Yeah. I'll say Lakers in 6.
Alrighty.
And, and
Well,
then the second one is Portland and Denver. I'll say that one's easily 7. That has to go 7 games because they did that shit before in the playoffs. They faced each other and won 7 games before. That team is evenly matched.
yeah. Look, I'd probably go with the Blazers in 6. I just think they have two guys who can score. They which is Dame and CJ. Jokic, yeah, can Michael Porter Jr. really give you 25 plus per game in the playoffs? I mean, we've seen him in the playoffs before, anyways. But it's really down to, do you think Jokic is better than Dame, or do you think Dame can do it? We've seen Dame do it multiple times. Come in clutch. I just gotta trust the Blazers to beat the Nuggets. I think Nuggets can lose. Just too much firepower for them. The Nuggets don't even play that good of a defense. These teams don't play defense at all. So it's gonna be kind of a high scoring fest for a playoff series. And I'm always going to take Dame and CJ in these kind of high scoring games, especially when they get hot. So yeah, Blazers in 6.
Yeah, I'll say Blazers in 7 for sure. And we got the Clippers and Dallas. I'll say I'll say that one's going 6. Dallas in 6.
I'm gonna probably go Clippers in 6. I think that Dallas's defense will be their Achilles heel, and hope can they stop those other two guys enough to win the game. I think it would actually be close. I don't think they'll get blown out. You know, not like they're gonna do the whole game. What was it, like game 5? They're down by like 20 and they came back and stuff like that. Last year, they won the game. You're like, oh god, that was a foreshadowing of the Clippers, anyways. Funny enough, but no, I think Clippers gonna win. I think they're gonna take care of business. It's gonna be 6 game series. They can't stop Luka. They can't stop him last year. They ain't gonna stop him this year. Um, Clearly, maybe you feel like Porzingis may be that big difference. Can they get
Yeah,
some?
I feel like this is like their second chance, and then with Porzingis actually there, I feel like they have a better chance than winning.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for me, yeah, Clippers are 6. I think the Clippers' offense is going to be so good, and Dallas still can't stop anybody. So yeah, that's my thing.
So since we don't know right now for the Utah and the Sixers, so I mean the favorite is Golden State, so I'm gonna have to go with Golden State.
You
And
to win the playing thing.
yeah, I'm gonna have
No.
to favor them to win, and then for the Jazz to be the first round opponent. And
Okay.
quickly, I don't think that Utah has what it takes to take down Curry. They don't, and the Warriors. The Warriors have too many. The Warriors have like too many screens going on. They got too many good. They got a couple good people that can give you like 20 points and 20 points plus, and they have a facilitated offense. Utah Utah just has like is like a straight isolation team. These like an isolation team, and that's not going to work in the playoffs. So I'm going to say that series is going to be Warriors in 6.
My thing, I think, is Warriors in 7. The question is, Utah is a 3-point shoot team. They run a lot of sets to get guys open. They have maybe one guy, Donovan Mitchell, and I always say a half inch Clarkson because he doesn't really have a dominant move that can go past people. Golden State is a very good defensive team. Well, I'm sorry. Well, Mike Conley will be there too. But Mike Conley, he can beat guys off the dribble. So maybe they have two. And I do think that they have the requisite amount of guys to beat off the dribble. But Bogey, Gobert, Royce O'Neal. I don't think those guys are going to be enough. I believe Steph. Steph has dealt with so many double teams, triple teams. He knows what to do. He's going to come in, average around 35 points per game. Draymond's going to have 10 points, 12 rebounds. He's going to have to play big. He out Looney. Jordan Poole is coming to his own. Walter Scott Anderson is basically Draymond Green younger. He's coming to his own in terms of his defense, in terms of his ability to move the ball, to get people into sets and pass the ball really good. Andrew Wiggins is coming to his own. He was clearly a good pick. He had to get away from that destructive place in Minnesota. That's why Karl-Anthony Towns needs to freaking get the hell out of there and go and get himself a new place, because that place sucks the life out of good players. Look what it did to Kevin Garnett eventually and Andrew Wiggins eventually. Look at Zach LaVine. You had 3 All-Stars on that fucking team. I'm sorry, 2 All-Stars and a fringe All-Star, Andrew Wiggins on that team, and couldn't do jack anything. So I just think the Warriors are going to have the defense to stop them. I think they're going to keep the Warriors are high in the opponent 3-point percentage. What does that mean? They don't allow teams to shoot the 3 very, very well. And that's what Utah does. That's Utah's entire thing. I think they're top 5 in NBA history in made threes this season. So, we all know what they want to do. So I think Golden State's got the best possible matchup just because. Especially Gobert. Gobert doesn't come out. Remember, against Utah, when they got the rebound, and Draymond gave the ball to Curry to get the open 3 to win the game, basically. You know who was supposed to guard Draymond? Rudy Gobert. But where was Rudy Gobert? Sitting in the paint. That's always going to be the issue.
So now he knows what he got to do now. He can't be sitting in the paint like a statue.
Look, man, but that's what he does. Like, that thing never changes. It's incredible. Like, they clearly understand that they are going to have to, do everything in their power to not allow that to happen. But it's going to happen. The dude can't help himself. He's not going to go and run up there. He doesn't end up like Porzingis. See, when Porzingis be trying to run up, I remember that game against Steph where he tried to, stay with Steph, and Steph just hit him with the hezzy step back, and he was gone. Or when he tries to do the hard show, and Steph just blows past him because he's too tall and slow. That's why you see Gobert I'll just stay back here. So it is what it is. And shit, when Gobert be trying to block Steph with Steph on his hip, it's hilarious because he tried to jump and block, but he's like, "Oh, I give up." Like he's on his hip, bro. Like Steph is on that man's leg. He just go under the basket. You see Gobert try to block, he go, "Oh shit." And I'm like, damn. So I just think Utah's the best possible matchup Golden State I've gotten in the playoffs. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is the most vulnerable number 1 seed in the last 5 years, because I think that they're completely unproven in the playoffs, especially last year. They had 3-1 lead, lost it. Even if they didn't have Bogey, they still should have won that series. I'm sorry. You don't go. Golden State should have won against Cleveland in 16. Same thing, Oklahoma City in 16. Same thing with the Clippers in 21. And no, not 20. I'm sorry, 12. Yeah, 21. In 21. And the Jazz too. So I don't trust them. I don't trust that team. So yeah, Warriors in 7.
I'll say the Sixers and the Wizards. That was going 7 games. That was going 7 games. I'll give it to the Sixers.
Damn, 7 games. Man, you must trust Russell Westbrook a lot, because that game should be going 5 games. That's what that game should be going. Damn, 6. Jesus.
I mean, they had. I mean, there's been times where teams had 3-1 leads, and then you think that they should beat them in 5, but it really gets to 7. The same shit that happened to Denver twice.
Yeah, I know, but oh yeah, but man, I just have a hard time believing Washington gonna win 3 games the way they.
I'm giving it to the Sixers though. The Sixers winning, but They might just end up fucking choking.
Yeah, I can see that, but man, Washington's defense is so spotty. Like they played really good defense, against the Indiana Pacers, but then they were horrible against like the Celtics. I mean, what are they going to do with Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid is going to destroy Alex Lynn and Robin Lopez, and Robin Lopez ain't going to get them cheesy hook shots he be doing against Joel Embiid. So and plus the best game they had where Bradley Beal scored 60, they lost pretty handily still. And now they're gonna have a Bradley Beal with 3 days of possible rest now. No, I'm sorry, 2 days of rest. Bad hamstring. Russell Westbrook had something wrong with him. We know how Westbrook plays, drive inside, kick out, or kick it. He's not gonna get them easy drop passing, scores in the paint with Embiid and in there. So they're gonna have to make some threes, a lot of threes. I think Bradley is gonna be defended by Ben Simmons, Matthias Thybulle. So these guys were cut out for him. I think it's gonna be in 5. I think this is the clear and easy blowout series. But man, I will be surprised if it does get to 6. That just means 76ers have got some real trouble if they're going to go 6 with a team who was 17-33, then got become good for a while, got beat down by one team, then came back and they're inconsistent. To lose 3 games against an inconsistent team is the detriment to their championship aspirations because they're going to face better teams who are more consistent later in there. So yeah, 6 and 5 there.
I will say it's gonna be the Nets in 5 against the Boston. I'll give them that.
Wow. Yeah.
I'll give them that. I'll say that one. The Nets in 5 against the Boston. Boston is too shaky right now. The whole season actually is fit. They just can't. They just cannot find a consistent place. They just can't.
The crazy thing is what happened to them within the last 5 to 6 months, or last year they were 2 games away. I think they're 2 games away from the finals, like they've been, before, and they bring back the exact same team. They lose Gordon Hayward. Clearly, Gordon Hayward was a far more impactful loss than we thought. So it's just weird. Like Kemba was not healthy early, so that's part of it too. But I don't know, man. You're correct. They are inconsistent. They don't play good defense at all. They're even worse now with no Jaylen Brown. And if you think Kemba Walker is going to hold anybody, well, you're sadly mistaken.
No. That boy, he's gonna get holded on. That's what happened. That's what's gonna happen. People are going to hold him. He can't hold nobody.
Yeah.
And then what is there to say about the Nets? They got 3 of the top 10 players in the league, and if they're all consistent, it's over with. I mean, there's not much to be said about that series. So there's Milwaukee and Miami, and I'm gonna have to give it to Miami in 6.
Yeah. Oh well, man.
Because Milwaukee has been close, but no cigar. They just
look, man.
This is always one team.
Yeah, but I got give it to Giannis. I gotta believe Giannis. Giannis need this finals berth.
Oh man,
Giannis needs this finals berth. Giannis is gonna be hell bent on beating this Miami team. He's shooting the 3 better. I like that. He's shooting some more mid range. I like that. He's improving and increasing the horizons of his game. That is necessary to win in the playoffs. That is what he needs. They are winning in 6. People, the Bucks in 6. Jrue Holiday is going to be the most impactful signing since Anthony Davis because he's going to help this team get over their demons, which is the Heat, because he have not been as good as they were last year. So I'm picking the Bucks in 6. Jrue Holiday, the secret MVP of that team.
I mean, we'll see. This is gonna be Drew Holiday versus Victor Oladipo of all people.
Oladipo's out, bro. Oladipo's out for the year.
Fuck. Oh, it's gonna be him
Yeah,
versus Jay Belly. Fuck
yeah,
it.
that was a waste of a. That was a waste. They let go of like Kelly Olynyk. Now, I will say this as an aside. People said that the Houston Rockets won. Yes, they did win the trade strictly because Kelly Olynyk can actually play basketball and Victor Oladipo could not. But Kelly Olynyk was not doing this shit on the Miami Heat because Miami Heat just either did not trust him and they decided to, they play more of a committee kind of role with the Sunday Spot team, Bam, him, and other bigs. So Kelly Olynyk was amazing. I wish we had Kelly Olynyk on our team. That dude is crazy good. And I'm just saying the Rockets found themselves a gem.
So the last and final first round matchup is the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks, and that's going 7. That one is going 7 games, in my personal and humble opinion.
Yeah, I think that this is going to go 6, and I'm going to pick them boys, the Knicks, because the Knicks got the better defense. They have the best player on the court in Julius Randle. He's better than Trae Young, and they just got that grit. I gotta give shout out to Nate McMillan, what he did for this team. They already gave him a new contract, which they haven't yet. A disgrace, but who's surprised? So we'll see what they do. But the defense of the Knicks, they're not a good scoring team. I mean, RJ Barrett and plays all these minutes, and he is super inefficient. I mean, he's horribly that way. But he plays a lot of minutes. He's going to try and fight. This is a big game. This is the first game in the Garden with this many amount of fans. They're at 15K, baby. I think in the first and second game. I know they sold that many tickets, so maybe it's half and half. But they're going to win. They got the better defense. That's number one. Better defense. We saw what the Lakers did, what the Warriors did. They both played incredible defenses in separate halves. That's why their teams won the separate halves, and the Lakers eventually won the game. So defense wins, people. And I'm just saying, with the increased level of defense that they allow you to play in the playoffs, the more grabbing, the more pushing, that's just going to favor a team who plays defense. Okay? The freaking Hawks do not play great defense. Not really. Not awesome. I mean, we saw what happened to Charlotte. Charlotte thought, oh, this is a playing game. This ain't no real deal. We just going to, come in here and just play like the regular season. Yeah, they got fucking killed.
Nope, got your ass beat.
They got fucking killed out there. Like, it is what it is.
So with that being said, man, I think that's gonna have to do for this week's episode of the APN podcast, episode 108. It is the most phenomenal man that shocked the system, aka the coach, signing out.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's your boy going for. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We've been doing these things pretty consistently. Love the consistency. Don't forget all the links in the description, everything down there. Don't forget to watch tonight's game. This is going to be a big game, an impressive game, an interesting game to watch. Can the Warriors regain? And also, can the Grizzlies stop losing their leads when Joe Val comes out? Because every time he comes out, they just go die. They just die. They're not treading water. They are drowning. Okay? So it's going to be a big game. It may not get the viewers the last game got, but hopefully everybody comes to watch. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this playoffs. It starts tomorrow at like 12 noon. So go out there, enjoy, and see you guys later.
So with that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you know what to do, and we out this thing.
Later.